Of the breeders that you sell, which in your mind are the less appreciated and overlooked? Yeah, one that gone straight to mind now is Marihiro. And I say this more and more and more and more because I think he's possibly, unfortunately, picked up a reputation as being a sort of cheaper level breeder. I think he's possibly aware of it as well. And yeah, it's just not the case. This guy I think is the best koi breeder in terms of complete and utter skill level that I've laid eyes on, because, and here's my justification for this. Ultimately, in the UK, unless you get to see it all, which I think many people's possibly seen the Marihiro round pond. If you haven't, bang that into YouTube, and I'm sure you will get to see it. But the Marihiro round pond is just a prime example of what I'm talking about here. I cannot think of another breeder who produces so many varieties, many of which are difficult varieties to produce at such quality level, but such quality level with also the size that he gets. Because remember, this is a real big part of the way a breeder's judged. It's not just a case of being able to produce a good koi. In Japan, they need to get the size and the body to be really sort of respected. It just seems to be a part of the sort of culture there. Sorry, excuse me, amongst a lot of the big breeders. And he does this. And not only that, the sheer quantity of koi the guy produces, the choice of variety, the level. I mean, that round pond is a dream pond for anybody. It has got anything and everything in it. I'm talking top level Gosanki as well, capable of winning grand champion at any koi show in Europe. And then you go, through the things, varieties that nobody's ever seen before. Leading the way in the production of a few things. I mean, this autumn, I saw the best Charlotte Sori there I have ever seen. And I'm not sure I'll see another one as good again, because these are such rare beasts. It was probably 85 cm, I should imagine, of absolute perfection as far as one goes. And it's swimming around in that pond, and not only that, it's got 2 or 3 other variety examples behind it, which weren't quite that one, but also pretty damn impressive, to be honest with you. And I even think the sort of business he's created, and actually just sprung to mind, there was a Becco in that pond as well, which has been driving me bonkers. I was there when it got harvested, and he was on a harvest high. There's these about 8 fish come off this truck. Everyone was an absolute banger. This Becco, I'm not like a wild Becco fan, but it came off the truck and it was just like, wow. That there, you could see it. It's a Koi Show Best in Variety winner. Hands down at all Japan level. And so they put no more. I think it was 61 cm as well. So he was talking Wakagoi, because it's absolutely primed. Given max size there, 63. And but yeah, this was crazy digits. I had to ask because I was just that taken back by it. But yeah, wild prices. But again, you find that there. And then, the next thing there's some huge Chags, Hiotsoris, Shisuis, Kogane Achibas, Ginrin versions of all the Gosanki producers. It just goes on and on and on and on. And I think that respect is being shown when you see the fact that you get guys, and I have mentioned this a few times now, like Dainichi, when they started their Botan line, where did they go for A, the advice, and B, the parent fish? Go to Marihiro. What do we need to throw together to start this off? Bang, there's your man. The last time I was there as well, you see Issa walking in there for a look in that round pond. The minute you see that, yeah, they go, to enjoy it as well. These guys just love seeing that stuff. But, there's probably something in mind. He's such an integral figure. And, something I was talking to another breeder about is how well positioned he is, the central figure. He's on a road that we will use day in, day out, driving around the mountains, and he's right in the middle of it. And everyone's just constantly stopping in there, because even the business he's created, I think a lot of koi businesses in general would probably struggle if he was removed from the industry, because he's always got fish, doesn't matter when. I find it fascinating. You'll go sort of say April, May time when the snow's starting to thaw. Every other breeder out there is thinking of getting fish out to mud ponds and starting spawning. He's doing all that, but then also harvesting at the same time. He's had fish just sat in mud ponds covered in snow, goes out there, they're thawed out, he's harvesting, bringing more fish in. At any time you go, there can be something new. And sort of got its sucker punched the last time I was there as well. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm there, I am looking for some top end pieces, and he pulls me away from the round pond and says, "Come and have a look at these." And man, there's a metre of snow outside, and he's got his big truck. There's one of the big blue vats on the back, and he unzips it, and there's 1,000 pieces of small Nisai in there. So he'd been in that morning, grabbed them out of one of his other fish houses, prepared them, and that was it. Deal done. So such a shrewd bloke as well. Just got it all going on. At any point given time, he can pull something out of the bag. And I just can't think of many other breeders. His brother, the main Marseille operation, don't get me wrong, operating on a similar vibe, and the father. But the way Mara Hero's done it is took the quality to completely different levels. And yeah, as I say, I think your Sakai's, Denichis always get the real kudos because they're winning the All Japan awards all the time, and they dedicate so much to the production of so few varieties. But I know for a fact, when it comes to them wanting to do something new, this is the kind of guy they're all going to for the fish to make it happen and the insight to make it happen.